Hey guys, and welcome to episode 20 of Serganan's Feed the Beast Let's Play Season 1. Running around my base, and I was working on my bees a little bit. I'll go show you those. Okay, so in here, I have the Rockies going, and I'm getting a little bit of combs, the Rocky comb. Here, I keep putting the forest back in to just let them get me a bunch of drones. I'm getting honeycomb, and the same thing with the meadows right now. Right now I'm just building them up to get some honeycomb and to have more of them. One thing to notice about the bee house is we cannot put any frames into it, whereas the apiary you can put 3 frames. One other big difference between the bee house and the apiary is you cannot pump items into the bee house, so that's going to be 100% manual. The apiary you can. What I had started doing was I dug this out down here because I want my AE network to extend down to here. I want to be able to sort through stuff, and I want this to go all the way to my main base. Because I'm not that far, after all, right? I can access it wirelessly, which is fine, but I want it to be able to interact with these blocks, and I can't do that wirelessly. So, I was digging that tunnel out, and I thought, you know what? This would be the perfect time for an awesome tool. So let me go downstairs here, and I'll show you what I want to make. I want to make a excavator. I already have some aluminite, so I'll just go ahead and make it out of that. So I need a plate, I believe that's a heavy shovel, heavy binding, and a heavy tool rod. So it is going to use quite a bit. I might not be able to use aluminite. So the first thing that we're going to want is we're going to need some patterns. So we need I believe this is the tough tool rod. So we have that one now. The tough binding. We will need the plate. And we're going to need some more of those. Actually, let me just go ahead and grab a stack there. And I believe it's wood. No? Is that not it? Is it sticks? Maybe it's this and sticks. There we go. So blank patterns. And I figure might as well make a bunch of them, right? So there's the pickaxe, the arrowhead. So the last thing we should need is this, the broad shovel head. So now we have the 4 things that we need. We just need to make them into casts. So in order to do that, we need to go to the part builder. And I'm going to need some cobblestone. I'm just going to use cobblestone because I have a lot of it. So we need the excavator head. And we'll go ahead and put that in there. We need the tough tool rod, the tough binding, and the plate. Now, with this, I could go ahead and make a stone weapon, but I'm not a big fan of stone weapons. So what I want to do is I have some aluminum brass cooked up in here, and I just need 4 ingots. So that'll heat that up. And that's why I went ahead and cooked some extra, is because there are going to be times where, I need to make a cast. So it'll take us a second, and then I'll show you how we can make these. You just go ahead and make the stone, because you can't make metals with just those, with just these patterns. You have to have the cast. So to make the cast, you have to make an item out of something other than metal, like stone, and go ahead and put it in your table here. And then when we fill it in with aluminum brass, it will make a cast. So let's go ahead and do that for the other ones, and it just takes one ingot to make a cast. And last. Okay. So now I want to see how much these take. So that's 8, 8, 3, and 3. So it's 16, 22. And I don't have that many aluminite. Let me see if I have any extra in my network. We can always do something like maybe iron as a starter. Let's see. And I don't see any aluminite. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just look up the recipe here. So aluminite is, I believe, aluminum, iron. Okay, aluminum, iron, and obsidian. So I'm going to make up some more aluminite. I'll go ahead and make these 4 items, and then we'll go ahead and put it together and see what it does. Okay, guys, I went ahead and finished casting everything up. As you can see, I now have 33 aluminite extra. And since I was doing all that, I actually did almost a whole stack of aluminum and then quite a bit of obsidian and iron. While I was doing that, I went ahead and made the stencils here for another item. So let's go ahead and check it out. So the first one that I wanted to make was the excavator. And later on, I may remake these out of better materials. But for right now, I mean, this will do really, really well. I mean, look at the durability and the mining speed on it. And this, or call it the Dirtinator. Okay, the other one that I wanted to make was the hammer. And I don't know what we should call this one. Why not? Right? Hammer time. Okay. So now, let's go see what these do. That is so cool. Being able to fly out of my roof. Okay, let's just go ahead and reset up our bees. Won't take but a second, and I'll show you later what we can get into with these combs and things like that. I just want to keep them running till I get the automation set up. So what this will do is I can go ahead and mine. You know, this does dig really fast, but I can only dig 1 block at a time. So with the Dirtinator, let me go ahead and clean this up here real quick so I can get a good angle to show you guys. Okay, so I'll just put one down here. It'll do a 3x3, just like that. And it's not slow either. See, that's kind of a problem because I need to go down. Let's go ahead and go down, and you can do it both ways. You can do it like this, and it'll still do a 3x3. But notice it did not get the stone, right? It's because it's not a pickaxe; it's a shovel. and that's it, right? Well, let's go ahead and dig down a little bit more here. And it depends on which way you're facing. If you're going like this, facing straight down, it'll dig down. If you're going like this, it'll dig kind of your 3x3 there. And you pick the center block that you want to be on. So let's go ahead and dig this one out here. And we'll go down one more. But I want to go down right here. Well, it doesn't work on stone. The hammer does. Same thing, 3x3. I actually went down, and it's really easy to do something like that, to go down a little bit too much. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make my way to my base. Okay guys, the research is finally paying off. I got something that I really wanted. It's this right here, the Wand of Equal Trade. What this does, and I'll go ahead and make one real quick. I have everything that I need to make one on me, except for, of course, a bucket. And soon I'll make it so that I don't even need these buckets. So let's put. That's what's happening. I'm just going to fill all these up real quick. Not that it really makes a big difference, but we need 16 seeds. Pick those back up. Four flint and 16 seeds. So there we go. So now if we go upstairs here, I should be able to put these in here like this, and there we go. So I have what I need on the Equal Trade. This is awesome. Let's go to our base, and I'll show you what it does. Okay, so now we're down in the bottom of our base. I went ahead and dug an area out here. I also have the corridor. I left that there till I make a scoop. It goes all the way to under my bee room. Okay, and I do plan on putting something in between here. And that's why I made it the shape that I did. Well, you ever run into where you have this huge area mapped out, but you don't want the dirt and the stone and the cobblestone and the sand and ores all in your floor? Well, here's what you can do. You can take the Wand of Equal Trade, shift right click on what you want, and then if we right click, it'll replace those blocks with what we want. Now, I do have to have those in my inventory, so I have a whole lot of stone bricks, but I should be able to. And right click will do multiple at a time, like that. Left click will just do one. And so I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. And this is really cool, very easy. I mean, look at how easy I'm transforming this room. And there we go. So now this whole room is brick. And I can just go right down the hallway here and do the exact same thing really quickly. Now obviously the wand does have durability, so at some point it will break. But we can always enchant it and put repair on it. Oh no! I think that one hit the surface. Yeah, that's the only downside, is when they do hit the surface like that, depending on where they are, it will go ahead and turn everything. And I don't want that to be... I don't have any grass blocks. Yeah, see, I didn't want it to do that. So let's see if I can change it back. Not quite what I wanted. I'll go ahead and clean this up, and I'll see you guys once that's done. Okay, guys, I went ahead and cleaned everything up down here, and I'm gonna do something that I'm sure a lot of you are like, why didn't you do sooner? So I'm gonna take this. It is a sound muffler, and I'm gonna put it back here, right behind my engines. Oh, look at that! Awesome. So now I can still have my engines here, and you can barely hear. That's really nice. Okay, I went ahead and cleaned this up. I did finish off my forge here, my smeltery. I made it 4 high, so we can put a lot in it now. I also went ahead and put tables and basins all around, as well as an automated way to make sure that I don't run out of lava. Now, I do have to fill this tank, but far less often. I went ahead and ran my ME cable down this way. You can't see it because it's behind this wall, and it comes out right here. And what I want to do here is I am going to need a little bit of power. Not anywhere near what I need at the base, but I don't want to run lines over, and I don't want to use the 25% that I get from a tesseract. So let's go ahead and make our own power over here. And the easiest way to do that would be a small boiler. So let me go ahead and clear an area that I want that to be, and it's going to be 2 by 2 by it's going to be 2 by 2 by 3. And what I want is I want this to pump. You know what? We can go ahead and just go right along here. And that's 1 too many. Because I just want it right in the wall. Actually, before I do that, let me just get some room so I can work here. And I'll place my aqueous accumulator down. Yep, that should work right there. My water buckets. And I did bring liquiduct here. Go ahead and plop that down. And now I should be able to put down my fuel boxes. Again, I'm using this solid wood fuel box. And I went ahead and grabbed the engines that I already had made. I didn't make any new ones. So now that's connected. So now, if we go ahead and put all of this together, it should form. And now it's filling up with water. Exactly what we wanted. I did bring some ME cable, and I did bring an export. But one thing I did not bring is charcoal. I just need one. And actually, I can't use a basic import or export. I need a precision because I have to make it craft the charcoal. So I am going to need one processor. And I'll just wait for that to cook up. So there we go. and I should be able to basic into precision. So let's go ahead and set up the precision right there, and I'm going to tell it to keep charcoal, make or move singles or craft. And now we just need to hook up the cabling, and then I'll put facades in here. The reason that the roof has to stay dirt is because it's also the floor in here, and I do need to have flowers, which means I have to have grass. So this should go ahead and start heating up. I wanted to get that set up early first, and I'm going to tell it to craft about 10 processors. So that'll take a second, and while that's running, what I want to do is I want to have right here. I need to get to those two. Now that I'm down here, I'm not so worried about hiding the cables as much. I don't want them all over the place, so I will hide them a little bit, but I'm not hugely worried if they're like this and they're in front of the wall. And the reason that I'm putting them all like this is because I do want other machines down here anyway, along this bottom, so might as well get these set up now. And that should do it. So now I just need the buses. And I did tell it to craft a couple of these. And here's the imports, 2, and then I should have 3 exports. And I do not see those. It only crafted 1. Why did it only craft 1? What am I out of something? Let's go check. Oh, one other thing that I did do is I changed my farm outside to cotton, because really what I needed was the seeds. It's making charcoal, but other than that, it doesn't say it's making anything else. Let's do 2, and let's see what it says here. Oh, I think I know what I did. I told it to make basic processors, and when I did that, I think I used up the ones that it was crafting for the exports. And what I was saying, the reason that I 2 of them is fine for right now. The reason that I went and changed it to cotton is because I don't have string, and the reason that I was really growing wheat anyway was for the seeds. And it's mainly because I need seed oil. I also need the aspect that's on them for Thaumcraft. So seeds in general are actually pretty useful. But now I'm running into a shortage of wool, and making it cotton makes it a lot easier to get the wool. So we want exports here. And what I want to tell it is Forest Princess and Forest Drone. I want it to export these specifically. So now, if I put this back in the network, it should export them in here, and it'll combine these because they are the same. And we want to do the same with this. We want to tell this one here is a meadows. And then as soon as we put those in the network, it'll pull them out and it'll throw them in here. So now we have the automation of bees going in. Now we need to pull everything out. And that's why I put together these 2 basic imports. And so now it should pull everything out, including those honeycombs that were in there, and it will automatically throw new ones in, new bees, when they die. And I think, check this here, it's starting to create steam. And so what we want to do is let me figure out a good spot to put the engines. And so I have the 4 hobbyist and the 2 industrial. Again, it's just what I had made. So I'm going to set them down like so. And I did have, you know what, I left the power cable in the liquid transposer. Okay, so now what we need to do is hook up power. And I'll do the 2 industrial steam engines here and here. And then I'll go ahead and put this one right here. The redstone signal might be a little tricky, but I'll figure that out. And now we just need liquiducts connecting these 2. So now we have all the steam that should go in, obviously once we have a redstone signal. So I just have the 2 down here. Oh no, I do have 3. And I am going to need some more of this redneck cable. So let's get about 20 more. And I think what I'll do is I'll start from up here and just connect these up. More redneck cabling. No, I don't want this one right here. And I think I should be able to put, I'm thinking where I can put the lever. I can just actually just put the lever down here. And go then put this into force connect. I don't know if the redstone signal is going to affect those, but we'll find out. And the reason that I have to put this into force connect is because right now it's having a little bit of problems when you go and put a lever right on the side of red net cable. That should turn them all on. And cannot forget this right here. Nice and quiet. And with that, guys, it is that wrapping up point. What I'll go ahead and do is I'll clean this up. I will hide this ME cabling. I think I'm gonna move these back 1 or 2 so that way they're flush here, and then clean up the cabling. So I'll do that between episodes, and I hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Everyone counts, and feel free to leave any comments on any of the videos. I do try to read them all, and if I can, respond. And with that, I will see you guys later.